Alright, what is up, everybody? Wait, let me just turn this thing on. Give me a second. There we go. I'll put it, let's see. Yeah, that's the nicest. Alright, so I took a trade and I lost again. Today is a green day, though. I'm gonna count this as a green day. Because I took a paper trade. Because my top set, I just, I lock it out after I take a loss. And I'm going to switch that. I want to be able to take more than a single trade, because today is a good example of how it could be annoying, because I was like, fuck, bro, I can't, because I locked myself out of the account. But A plus setups were occurring on PM session. I'm like, bro, are you serious? Like, I was literally crashing out because it was just so clean. So, not really much that I can do. So it is what it is, but today I'll just go over basically what happened. So coming into the 4 hour on NQ, I was pretty let me see. So I saw this 4 hour imbalance right here, and I knew that price was gonna want to come to this 4 hour imbalance because pre-market we came down and we put an SMT at these lows, and if this wasn't pre-market I would have taken this. I think I will allow myself to take pre-market trades. Just have to be aware that market open is going to give a big wick, so maybe take care of the stop loss a little bit, but nothing too crazy. But yeah, no, I was looking at the charts here and I'm like, oh, okay, well, it's obviously going to come up to the 4 hour imbalance aligned with London highs, so that's a very strong strong liquidity, but it is pre-market, so I couldn't really take anything here. I would have wanted to take a long off of this inverse. This would have been something I would have taken if it was during market open, but it wasn't. And then, just target. I probably personally would have just targeted here, but, could have obviously targeted here, but I wouldn't have done that. And that's unfortunate. Ethan, just, you're allowed to take pre-market trades. I'm just going to allow that. Like, if it's like 2 minutes before market open, just wait, because the market open wick is going to be big. But if it's at like 9:15 a.m. and you see a plus setup, you can take it, and then if price is consolidating or not moving anywhere and it's around the entry point, when a market open comes, you want to exit the trade before market open, because that'll just wick out your stop loss. So that's just something to note. But otherwise, like, pre-market trades are pretty much fine. Just, obviously nothing too crazy. Nothing like before 9 a.m. Like, don't be retarded. But so yeah, I mean, that was the long idea, but it was pre-market. So anyways, I can get rid of this. We come up and we tap at this 4 hour, and we actually put in a bearish SMT at the time, because he has to not come take that. Okay, so I'm like, okay, this looks very nice to the downside off of this. Just this. But we have news at 10 a.m. and it's Powell speaking. I want to wait for that. I was open to taking something at like 9:30, 9:40, but once we get like too close to the news, I just wait for it. So we come up, we sweep this high, we have an SMT at the time, right? We don't no longer have an SMT, but we had this SMT, and then news came out, generated data lows, and I'm like, okay, well, this is a really good draw on liquidity. We have data lows resting here. Okay, so I'm like, okay, now we have an SMT at the highs, and we have the internal line with the external. Tap to do a 4 hour, sweep the 4 hour high. Like, this looks really good to the downside, I can't lie. PO3. So I'm looking for confirmation, and what I see is this 1 minute imbalance right here. Alright, and I see it just get ran through. Hold on, let me just fix this. So I see this 1 minute imbalance just get ran through, and I would have wanted to take it here, but risk reward is just not there. And what I said to myself, and I'm like, okay, this is a really good trade, but I'm gonna wait for a rebalance to get the best entry, and I literally got the best entry possible. I literally, this is where I entered. I think it was even at the top of this wick here. I literally got the best entry possible. This is lucky, guys. I just waited for the rebalance. We got all the way up to the inverse, and then I entered right there. And then, as you can see, price came down, and at this time, what I did was, since, where was it? Okay, well, so the SMT is right here. So we actually invalidated the SMT by the time that news came out, so I can actually get rid of this. But regardless, we tapped the 4 hour high. I think we still had an SMT off of Right. These highs. So we still had an SMT off of these highs up here. Let me just make that a little bit more clear. Okay, so yeah, we did have an SMT and we were tapped into a 4-hour imbalance, and then we had data lows here. What I saw is that ES is drawing towards the lows, and it looks like it's going to take it out before in Q. And now when ES took out the data lows, put in a bullish SMT, I took off half my position, and as you can see, that was the right decision. I managed this trade well. It was still a good trade. I ended up, I wanted to go for these lows down here, because I thought if we're gonna come down to data lows, if NQ wants data lows, that means ES would also have to move down and probably break structure past data lows, meaning it wants to come down here. So that would have motivated price to move down there, but again, that didn't happen. I'm not really mad about this trade. This was actually a pretty good trade. So it's not the end of the world here, but maybe something to note is that maybe wait for more than a 1 minute inverse. Maybe wait for the extra confirmation, for example. Maybe wait for that CISD if you got the change in state, and then pull back to the inefficiency. Then you could have taken it. That would have been a much better setup. But regardless, not the worst. Just Ethan for next time. Maybe wait for an extra confirmation. Because yes, the higher time frame is clear, and the lower time frame is aligned with it. Right? We have this internal sweep. Everything's pretty aligned, so there's no really bad anything that's really against this trade. It's just, it is what it is. I guess you could have considered this a buy model because we were tapped into this. Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, I remember why. So we tapped into this 15-minute imbalance, and we were respecting it, right? And it was also obviously a low. We manipulated into the 15-minute imbalance. We also manipulated these lows before. So, maybe wait for extra confirmation, a change in order flow on the 5-minute. Could have waited for that. Maybe a 5-minute inverse. There was no imbalances to get inversed on the 5 minutes, so I wasn't really care about that. But maybe wait for a change in order flow on the 5-minute to take something. So that's just something you can learn today, Ethan. But other than that, this is the only trade I took on the Express. I lost around $180, and it puts my Express account down around $1,300. And it's tough, man. It's really, really exhausting to just be in this area where I do not want to be. Now, instead of trying to make profit, I have to just try to make back my drawdown, which is, it's not fun, right? I'm sure you guys can relate where it's you're expecting to, okay, finally I can now start to make profit, and then you go and draw down and you have to fight back that drawdown just to get back to break even. So it's it's tough. That's what makes trading difficult. And coincidentally, my losing streak had to start when I got my funded account, and there's nothing I can do about that. It's just the market conditions. But overall, I've been taking some pretty good trades. Maybe could avoid some of these trades that I've been taking. Like this, for example, was a decent trade off the inverse. Could have waited for an extra confirmation. So maybe just be more picky. That's something to take away. Be a little bit more picky with your trades. But other than that, you're doing pretty good. So just continue, be disciplined, and only take high quality setups. This is not a high quality setup. It's a quality setup. But I'm saying specifically only take high quality setups. I'm just speaking to myself, obviously. But so yeah, something to take away is just to be a little bit more picky. Wait for some extra confirmations. Wait for it to be dumb clear. This was pretty obvious that I wanted to take data lows. But then obviously ES took it, which put in this SMT. So it still actually technically came to the objective. I could have just closed it here, but I was confident that NQ wanted it as well, but it did not. So that's just something to take away. So other than that, that's the trade recap for the Express. Locked it out automatically, so couldn't trade that, and it was really annoying because I came back for PM session, and PM session was surprisingly very clean today. I need a sip of coffee in a second. Alright, so PM session was actually very clean today. Like I said in the beginning, we had this bullish SMT, which obviously you could tell it drove price to break structure past these highs, making me think that this is the external draw on liquidity. And so we break structure to the upside here and leave behind this 1 hour imbalance. Now this is actually just a bigger time frame 2022 SCT model. right? Liquidity sweep, breakup structure, retrace and imbalance. That's literally simple, very simple ICT model, and it's on the bigger time frame as well. So this is a very bullish, very much a buy model here, and I see we're respecting the hourly imbalance, and then I go to the 10-minute and I see when we're zooming in, right? We have this 10-minute inverse rally gap telling us where order flow is like where the objective is, because we're respecting bullish order flow and disrespecting bearish order flow. So it's obviously bullish. And then when you go to the 5-minute, what I saw is, I remember I took a couple trades here on paper. Again, I was just paper trading, so I didn't really care too much, but it did look very clean. I think the first trade I took was off of this. We had manipulation here, and then we inversed this 1-minute imbalance. I took it like right here, right? And then I got stopped out, obviously. But this was actually just setting up for a better trade here. It was just this bigger manipulation, more clear manipulation, which is what I originally should have waited for. But again, it was on paper, and I was like, didn't really care to be patient or disciplined. But if I was on the funded, I would have probably avoided this trade, waited for something clearer like this. It's just this manipulation followed by the inverse, followed by the change in the state right here. And then you take it right here off the inverse, which is actually what I did on paper. My stop loss was right here, and my take profit was right here. And this is the paper trade that I took, okay? And it hit take profit, and usually when you enter a trade, you want it to win. But for me, I was like, if this wins, I'm going to be pissed. Because I couldn't take it on my funded, and it was just really, really aggravating to see this hit take profit. Like, never thought I'd hear myself say that. It was aggravating, bro. It was genuinely aggravating, bro. Because I wanted to take this on my funded, and of course, the one trade I wanted to take on the funded just couldn't because of the lockout. So, anyways, I see that, and then that basically the move that we just got there invalidated this 15-minute. So it's another confirmation to the upside. So we also created this 15-minute, and I'm like, all right, now if we can come back into this 15-minute, it's obviously bullish. Well, I'm not even gonna I don't even have to say too much, bro. This is just obvious. So what happens is we come back with the 15-minute imbalance. We manipulate these lows here, right? And then we had, where did I take it? All right, it was this 1-minute imbalance. So we had this 1-minute imbalance, and I saw I got ran through, and I'm like, all right, this is obviously bullish. Entered off of that, stop loss right here. Take profit at these internal highs, and again, very like when I tell you how aggravating this was, this is what actually ruined my day. Like crazy to say, right? Obviously I'm adding this into my, I guess, this is just going into my conviction collection where I just try to collect as much conviction as I can in my model, this is giving me conviction, obviously making me more confident in the trades that I'm taking, but the two paper trades that I took that should have been on the funded are both absolute banger trades that, look at this, that hit. Both of these moves. I caught this move and I caught this move on a paper. And this is so aggravating. You guys don't even understand how aggravating this is because, I hope you guys can understand. This is pretty annoying, right? But I'm still counting this obviously as a green day because the trades, when I entered into the marketplace, forget about the money. I was able to understand where the market was going besides the first trade. And it's a green day. Regardless of the money, this is a green day. I technically should have been a green day, so I'm not going to count it as a red day. It's just really annoying, right? Something I'm noticing is PM session is actually a little bit better for me because I kind of take advantage of it. It's moving a little bit slower, right, obviously. And I can kind of take advantage of that movement and really dive deep into the internal price action. And I'm actually able to align the internal with the external a lot better for some reason when I'm trading PM or maybe 11:30 when it's a little bit slower. And I've noticed that actually AM session has been fucking awful recently. So, maybe we'll see. I'm obviously going to keep trading AM, but if PM is better, I'll take PM session trades. That was pretty much it. Really unfortunate day. Oh man. Is there anything else I want to talk about? I could show you guys my top step account. I'm very transparent with this because this is for myself. I'm showing myself what it's looking like. This is not the Express. This is the Express. So this is actually a eval that I tried to gamble, but it did not work. So yeah, so this is where what am I saying? This is where the Express is sitting at minus 1,300. Still have around 700, which is pretty much 2 losses. So, I mean, anyways, guys, if I were to lose 2 more trades in a row on the Express, that would be 6 losing days in a row. And at that point, I don't deserve it. You guys, you could take the Express account away from me. I will make it back, and I will come back even stronger. I will pass this eval. I will pass another eval. And, next time, if I lose this account, I'm going to be going for the 150K account, probably within a month. I'll probably paper trade maybe a little bit, maybe we'll see. But so if I blow this account, which honestly, if I were to lose 2 more trades in a row without even a single win, that's 6 losing days. I don't deserve this account, so it can leave. Like, I don't need it if it really is that, if I'm really that bad. So I think if I blow this, then I will probably maybe take a week off from trading and then come back, maybe try out for the 150K account, because I want to just set myself up for my future, because that's what I'm going to end up wanting to go for, right after I get a payout or whatever. That's what I'll go for, is the 150K. I might as well just skip to that. I don't really see a need to go for the 50K, because if I have enough money to go for the 150K, I might as well just do that, because I trust myself. And I know I'm building good habits by just taking a trade and then hopping off and taking pretty good quality setups. Like, if you can see, the reason it says 2 trades here is because they're, like, for example, when you add a take profit, it counts as another trade. So that's why these are all been 1 trades. Every single day here has been 1 actual trade, but I've just had multiple take profits, or sometimes I've accidentally entered too large and I have to take off some size. But, like, for example, today I had to take off some cons. But it's just 1 trade a day. That's what this is. And as you can see, it hasn't been playing out well. But I was very profitable in January. I think I had like an 80-something% win rate in January. It took like 10 trades or something. So it was really good in January. It's just February has been a little bit tough. But I'm just going to keep moving forward, and there's nothing I can do. It's just me following my model, continuing to take high-quality setups. And yeah, I mean, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.